ask of thee, O river, peace, peace, peace. When I learn to live serenely, cares will cease. From the hills I gather courage, visions of the days to be, strength to lead and faith to follow, all are given unto me. Peace I ask of thee, O river, peace, peace, peace. Peace I ask of thee, O river, peace, peace, peace. When I learn to live serenely, cares will cease. From the hills I gather courage, visions of the days to be, strength to lead and faith to follow, all are given unto me. Peace I ask of thee, O river, peace, peace, peace. When I learn to live serenely, cares will cease. From the hills I gather courage, visions of the days to be, strength to lead and faith to follow, all are given unto me. Peace I ask of thee, O river, peace, peace, peace. Good morning.
There we go. Hello? Checking? One? Check! Aha! We're here. Welcome to the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation. It's good to see you all. I am Glennis Peterson. I'm your service leader for today. Our speaker this week is Donna Smith, and she is streaming to us live today. For those who are here or watching our stream for the first time, I'd like to extend a special welcome. Please consider joining us for coffee if you're here after the service so you can get to know us better. We are live streaming these services for those who are not yet comfortable with joining us in person. So hello, all of you out there. We're glad to have you. We're doing some things a little bit differently around here, so we can stay safe as possible. For example, if you have any donations for fish, the receptacle for that is under the easel in the back. And we hope to let the children help us with that again in the future. To answer any questions you have about it, I now ask Nell Stokes-Mosier to come up and explain how we're handling the offertory and cash donations.
Well, it's not really too complicated, but back there by the easel is the same plastic box we had with the lock on it. And you can put your checks in there if you would like for a pledge. You can put cash in there if you want to put it in there for fish. And if you want to make your pledge in cash, there are some envelopes back there that you can put the cash in the envelopes and write your name on the envelope. And I have a couple of more announcements. We are starting the pledge drive very soon, and to finish off this year, one of the duties of the treasurer is to send out notices of what your pledge was for this fiscal year and how much you have donated so far. So you should be receiving those letters sometime at the end of this week or perhaps early next week. And then just keep in mind that we're going to be starting the pledge drive soon. John, do we have anybody to run that this year? Okay, so somebody out there wants to run this. I know there is. Okay.
Thank you, Nell. Now, if you are donating cash to fish, there are also some envelopes back there. Please signify that it's for fish. And lastly, we need help here. This is a heartfelt plea. Our leadership development team, previously known as the nominating committee, will have at least 3 seats to fill on the board this year, including president and vice president. Our committees need help too. If you have the ability and the wish to help us out, please let us know. You can talk to me or call the office during office hours, and Genevieve will let me know that you've expressed an interest. So please, anything that we can do to help us out, that'd be awesome. So the first thing that we do after we do all that is to light our chalice. Why a flaming chalice, the question comes. It's the cup of life, we answer. A cup of blessings overflowing. A cup of water to quench our spirit's thirst. A cup of wine for celebration and dedication. The flame of truth. The fire of purification. Oil for anointing, healing. Out of chaos, fear, and horror. Thus was the symbol crafted a generation ago. So it may be for us. In these days of uncertainty, sorrow, and rage, and a light to warm our souls and guide us home. Number 1007, there's a river running through my soul.
River flowing in my mind.
Joys and concerns with silent or spoken candle lighting regarding the significant milestones in our life. If you'd like to light a candle, please form a line from one side and then we'll do the other. We're trying to kind of stay separate still. So anyway, form a line to our right here. I will hand this mic to you and a candle. Please take only one candle each for all of your joys and concerns if you have more than one. Otherwise, it gets to be an inferno, and our sexton doesn't like it much. So, anyway, come on up and give your name if you're speaking, and please be brief. No wonder this thing doesn't work.
I'm Joanne, and I don't usually talk to y'all, but today I need some prayers and good thoughts. I have some business dealings to do, and I can't discuss it, but I would like resolution in my favor, and that's it. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Joe, and I guess we've all been watching the news, and I'd just like to light a candle for the people of Ukraine. You'll notice I'm wearing a gold tie and a blue shirt, which are the Ukrainian colors. I saw a picture today on, I believe it was Facebook, and it showed a Russian woman wearing blue and gold in the train, and it just said that sometimes you can have a silent protest, and I hope, beyond hope, that there is a peaceful resolution in the very near future. I don't give it too much hope, but there's always hope.
I'm Martha Sinclair. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who continues to hold this place together. There are many here who spend hours and have spent hours, and we really thank you all. Some of you are spending time at home working for the church. Some of you are here. Just keep us all in your prayers, and thank you from the bottom of everybody's heart. And support our staff, our board, and our committee, and everybody else who tries to help put this place together. Thank you.
Anyone else? Nope. Then I too will light a candle for all of those who have kept their cares and concerns within their own hearts. Please rise in body and spirit and sing our song after this, Spirit of Life.
Sing in my heart.
And you will find the words to this in your order of service. So please join us.
Let's try that again. No matter what happens, if the world falls apart, show me your purpose, show me your heart, even if chaos and even bound. Show me your anchor, show me your ground. Show me your love, show me your blessings, show me your truth with a light from above. Show me your mercy, show me your love. If life is bitter, full of poison and strife, show me your garden, show me your grace. If there is hunger and war and disease, show me your comfort, show me your peace. Show me your love, show me your blessings, show me your truth with a light from above. Show me your mercy, show me your love. If there are troubles and trials and strife, show me your refuge, show me your life. If the sun and the moon disappear in the night, show me your beacon, show me your life. Show me your love, show me your blessings, show me your truth with a light from above. Show me your mercy, show me your love. If I'm speechless, your secrets to tell, show me your fountain, show me your well. Now I'll keep silent. How can I express your life when I'm lost in lifelessness? Show me your love, show me your blessings, show me your truth with a light from above. Show me your mercy, show me your love. Show me your love. Show me your love. Show me your love. Thank you.
All along, and I thank you, Sean. That was awesome. So now's the time where I want to introduce our speaker today. Donna Smith is a Unity Worldwide Ministry spiritual leader. Donna's ministerial training was focused on pastoral care. Her heart is most joyful when she can help others find peace and joy in their lives. She is also a Unity chaplain, a Taizé prayer leader and trainer, a Reiki master and practitioner, a nonviolent communications teacher, a student and a teacher in, of course, A Course in Miracles here at UUC, I'm so sorry, and is active in our Cares and Concerns community. She's also providing a grief support group on Thursday nights at 6. The link to this Zoom meeting would be in your quest. Donna.
Well, good morning. This is the first time I've done this streaming. I hope that you're hearing me. And I had trouble getting my video to start out with, so please excuse that. It's really interesting that streaming is what I'm doing because that's kind of part of my talk this morning. I'm very happy that you're coming back together again. This is a wonderful move, and just being able to be with each other is very healing. So I was asked to revisit a sermon that I actually gave on December 2nd, 2018, 3 years ago. And it was an Advent Sunday, and my sermon was entitled, Hope Leads Us Through the Chaos. So I want to talk a little bit more about chaos this morning. My title this morning is Moving from Chaos to the New Paradigm. The chaos in this last 3 years seems to still be here in full force, with not a lot of relief seen in the horizon. Now, we have gone through so much, and it seems as if we have been hit on so many levels, both individually and collectively. Our health, our social structure, our political structure, our country, along with other countries of the world, are so divided on these issues and these levels. There is a lot of uncertainty, and uncertainty about what's next seems to be where anxiety, fear, and concern live. However, the uncertainty of life can either be filled with dread, or it can be an adventure filled with new developments. Nothing stays the same. And I think part of the chaos today is because so many want it to go back the way it was. That is impossible because every new moment is different than the prior moment. We are an evolving species that lives within an evolving universe. And as such, when we try to stay the same, we're going against the river of life, and that causes suffering and grief. Grief has been defined by David Kessler as a change we didn't want. We all know that some changes in our lives are welcome and bring us joy, while others are not so welcome. Change and grief are inevitable. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And suffering is when we get stuck in the pain and grief and cannot find our way beyond. Growth is being with the changes, feeling that pain and grief that may come with the changes. Now, it doesn't mean we forget what has happened or what is happening, but we see it with new eyes of wisdom, moving into understanding, accepting, and even gratitude. Now, the feeling of gratitude may come to us later, as sometimes that's hard to feel when you're right in the middle of a situation. The river of life, so eloquently described by Esther Hicks from her channeling of the Abraham teachings, flows easily and without effort. This physical life that each of us elected to experience does not have to be so hard. We see so many people struggling to make their lives fit into the picture that the world has painted for them. They are letting the world control their lives instead of creating their lives the way they wish them to be. So in our river of life example, this is like trying to row your canoe of life upstream against the current. Trying so hard to reach peace and happiness the way others have defined them for you. The world says that your happiness and peace are upstream and only available after lots of hard work, sacrifices, and even battle wounds. But this is not truth. Every person has the power to create the life that he or she desires. We have forgotten this divine power because we have lived under the spell of the ego and the world for so long. In this spell, we have forgotten our power, and we have become very unaware of the power that we hold. And the fear is running our lives. And it has become such a habit that everything we do on a daily basis is done out of the insanity of fear instead of wisdom. And we don't even know it because it is such a habit. So if we can step out of the fear for just a while, we could see that what is happening today is happening for a reason. All the chaos we are seeing in the world today and in our lives is trying to help us raise our consciousness in order to experience a new paradigm. The old paradigm is not working for humanity. The old ways of racism, war, greed, power over others, loss of integrity at on many levels in our world, socially and politically, just are not working. Cryon, channeling through Lee Carroll, described it as walking into a dark room, turning on the light, and seeing all the dirt. The dirt could not be seen when the light was turned off. And we have been living in a world with the light turned off, living in darkness, what I call sleepwalking. It is now turned on because there is much more light in the world today. The increase in light and light beings has shown us the dirt. However, this means that now that we see it, we must clean it up. So the chaos is necessary. A law of physics is that there must be chaos when moving from one state A to another state B. A must break up in order to move to B. We are in the chaos of moving from paradigm A that does not work for us anymore to a new paradigm B that is much higher in consciousness. We have lived in the lower consciousness levels for a long time in order to have those experiences. And the ego loves the lower consciousness levels because ego thrives in these levels of fear. The ego is fear. And if we rise above the levels of fear, the ego fears that it will not survive. So that's why it promotes fear in us. Now, I'm not making a judgment against the ego here. The ego is an experience that each individual on this planet chose to experience through incarnation, along with all the effects of the egoic consciousness. These experiences have brought with them lots of grief and suffering, but it is now time to move higher in consciousness, to experience more of the effects of love and all that love stands for. The love, the caring, the happiness, the connection, and the peace. It is simply a choice that we make. Am I going to look at this with fear, or am I going to look with it from love? And this is what the ascension is all about. Humanity is now in the process of moving to the fifth dimension. And this is not about leaving the planet or suddenly rising in the air and floating onto another planet. It is happening whether or not we want it or we even like it. Ascension is about raising our consciousness to levels that move beyond the fear levels of anger, shame, guilt, depression, resentments, and moving into the life-enhancing levels of consciousness, the love, the compassion, and the peace, the happiness, and moving into serving and caring for each other. And this is the new paradigm B. The chaos is necessary in order to clean up the dirt. Barbara Marx Hubbard has shown in her research that the consciousness of humanity has risen in the past only after a period of chaos. The law of physics at work. Chaos forces us to see what we are doing that is not life-enhancing and to hopefully choose to rise above it to higher levels of consciousness. Now, I personally think that we have been at such low levels of consciousness that we needed something big to wake us up. Ergo, the pandemic, upheavals in our weather and violent natural occurrences, upheavals in our societal and political harmony, to bring it out into the open for purifying and healing. So the chaos is necessary. The number of humans on this planet that are raising their consciousness levels is growing at a very high rate. The number of light beings from other dimensions has increased dramatically. They are around us, helping us to raise our consciousness and rise above the intense fear that is gripping so many at this time. We cannot find or see truth in fear. We can only find truth from the levels of consciousness that are life-enhancing, coming from love and caring. So when you choose to rise above the fear, then and only then will you find solutions to the chaos in your life, which will help you then move beyond this chaos. And every individual that does this helps the world change. The world is just a reflection of our collective consciousness, which changes one person at a time. So it is imperative that each of us decides for ourselves for fear or wisdom. We do this by flowing with the current of the river of life, which will carry us to the new paradigm easily, with less pain and drama. It means moving into your wisdom and your divine wisdom. When you move into your divine wisdom, you find the answers to all the situations in your life because you are following the path of light and not fear. Path of light leads you to healing. There's a spiritual solution to everything when you make the choice to take back your power and allow the world to heal through the ascension of consciousness. So I see this movement from paradigm A to paradigm B happening for each individual and on a planetary level, as each individual contributes to the collective movement from paradigm A to paradigm B. Now, many have already made this choice, the choice to express their divine light. It seems as though we are seeing more darkness only because the light is exposing what is in the darkness. We are seeing the darkness because there's so much more light. So choose for the light. It will help you turn your canoe from facing upstream in an unsolvable position to moving downstream to solutions that are for the highest good for you and for all others. Moving downstream takes you through all the pain and chaos in a much gentler way. And you will be a positive earth angel helping humanity. Moving downstream helps you go from the fear into a knowing. This is when the spiritual wisdom within us becomes our consciousness. In other words, there's no doubt that we have the power to create a wonderful life and a wonderful world. Having no doubt may seem easy in some situations, such as taking an exam and knowing you're going to pass it. But it may not be so easy when we are looking at our country right now, where the problems are looking insurmountable. So remembering that we are powerful, and we are very powerful, whose every thought, word, and action affects the whole, will help us move into the knowing that we can change what is happening in this world, and we can do it. In fact, this is the only way we can do it, increasing our consciousness to the level of knowing. Our power is not in fighting everything that happens. Our power is in accepting what is happening and finding the wisdom necessary to do the things that will move us through the chaos into a new paradigm of peace and love and happiness with our brothers and sisters, with our Mother Earth, and all the life forms that we cannot live without. Humanity needs to grow up because our purpose and our power is being misused. The Dalai Lama said, people were created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and people are being used. And it's time to change that. People in general don't like change. And we are in chaos because of this, and it is painful. Very painful to resist the change. So learning to accept change and living from the wisdom of our higher consciousness will help us flow through the chaos to that wonderful new paradigm. Don't ever think that you have no power to make change. Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. Now, I know that I have shared this with you before. However, I'm going to share it with you again. Research has shown that the square root of 1% of a population with a focused intention has a measurable effect on that population. So to put it into perspective, let's say that UUC has 50 people. It only takes 2 people to make a difference. The world at a population of 7.7 billion would take 8,795 people to make a difference. Can we do that? Of course we can. With today's technology, we can get many more than that together. Lynn McTaggart does this all the time. She brings people together with intention. In fact, she just did a major intention for the Ukraine to find peace there. So it takes attention and intention to manifest. Attention A and intention I to manifest M. AIM. Aim. So each one of us must find the peace, the joy, the compassion, the strength, and the courage within us before we can give that to the world. And we know this. We must do it within ourselves first. Now, Mother Earth is helping us. She's raising her vibration, which affects our vibrations. It has been, Mother Earth's vibration has been at 7.3 hertz for many, many years. And in the last few years, it has risen to 16.5 hertz and is spiking into the 60 and 70 hertz at times. Now, Winfried Schumann was the one that discovered this, how to measure this, I think in the 60s, maybe the 50s. And it's called the Schumann resonances. And if you'd like to research that, I encourage you to do so. Many more light beings from the higher dimensions are here helping us. So something big is happening. And Cryon says that we are right on schedule. We must see what we have become in order to choose to change. And we are resilient, we're powerful, we're strong, and we're very capable of arriving at the next paradigm, which will be at a much higher consciousness. Now, a lot of the craziness that we are seeing today is because when vibrations begin to rise, those who resist the change and stay in the lower vibrations will suffer because they are choosing to resist the change. And I suggest that instead of looking at them as enemies, that we embrace them with a higher consciousness of love and help them find ways to increase their consciousness out of their suffering. Life is not based on competition. Life is based on cooperation. And science has learned now that Newtonian physics is not relevant and is instead quantum physics is relative. Evolution is not a random process. Life is intelligent and order is one of the basic principles of life. In fact, every soul on this planet, their soul is extremely intelligent. The soul has decided to have these experiences, but the soul also knows that you can have these experiences in a less painful way, and that is based on our decision to choose love over fear. Now, we will all get to paradigm B because we are evolving. So I invite you to hop on the Paradigm B Express to the 5th dimension station. And I think you're going to have a wonderful ride. I wish I could see you right now. I would love to see your faces right now. Anyway, I would like to invite you to take a moment of meditation with me. So please relax your body and close your eyes. Just take a deep breath and remember this breath is life. It is Source breathing you. And as you breathe, bring your attention to your heart and think of someone or something that brings you genuine feelings of love and appreciation. Let's rest here for just a moment. You are now in your wisdom center. Being here in this calm, peaceful place will guide you to your highest wisdom. Here within this peaceful place is where you will know what is yours to do to help you move through the chaos in a smooth and graceful way. Here is where you will know how to help others during this time to find more peaceful means to express their feelings. And here is where your instructions come from love and not fear. Fear cannot know the truth. Only love knows the truth. Let us go into the silence for a few moments as you experience the wisdom of your heart, your higher self. You are a divine being walking on this planet, a body, mind, singing, dancing, playing, and creating the good, the holy, and the beautiful. Remember that. And as you slowly bring yourself back into your space, I invite you to go here often, your place of empowerment. So thank you, and I look forward to the day when I can join you in the sanctuary. So love and blessings to all.
We're not doing that this week. Hopefully we'll get that together soon. So please rise in body and spirit and sing hymn number 1064, Blue Boat Home. Without order, nothing can
You ever wondered?
We'll try that again. Without order, nothing can exist. Without chaos, nothing can involve. What? I'm going to start this all over. It's very short, okay? Without order, nothing can exist. Without chaos, nothing can evolve. From Oscar Wilde. When the candle dims, the wax almost spent, the light turns amber like a sunset. Still, it provides light. Still, it provides heat. Still, it can kindle a new flame and pass its glow on and contribute to new illumination. When sunsets turn to new days, when seasons transform all, when the candle dims, all is not lost. Hope continues, uncertain and true, like candlelight, ready to spark again. All is not lost. Now sing as you, or stand up as you can, and we will sing Gold Lifted Up. The words are in your order of service, or they should be. Be. And now join us for that coffee I've been smelling all morning. As you can. Have a wonderful afternoon.